Before we begin, thank you very much to Zephaniah for pitching in over on Ko-fi. We are still in this era where I'm not getting messages from Ko-fi, and I don't know what is up with that. So if there was a weird story or name attached to that, I apologize. I am working with what I have available, but I wanted to make sure you were not left out, and I do absolutely appreciate the contribution, because it all keeps the channel going and keeps the daily content coming. I had a completely different video today, one that had extra editing and skits and fun stuff, and it's important to me, but unfortunately, Hasbro decided to drop a whole bunch of press photos, meaning we have a ton of new toys that all dropped at the same time, and if I wait till Monday, no one's going to care, so we got to talk about it now. So, Hasbro has announced a new fan stream is going to be live on the Pulse YouTube channel in just a few days. Most of what you see today is probably going to make an appearance. This is one of those where the press photos kind of got out a little bit ahead of them actually talking about it. Sometimes that's intentional, sometimes it's just a whoopsie. Either way, we have a whole bunch of new stuff to talk about, and we start with the brand new collab, which is with Monster Jam of all things. This makes total sense. It goes right along with the Hot Wheels collabs, but this is weirdly delivered. It's in the authentic style packaging. Like, it's actually in like the same like open packaging that like Earthspark and Cyber World are in. And it's delivered like a Cyber World toy, because the engineering to transform this is almost the same level as like a rescue bot, just without any kind of gimmickry to the transformation. It's extremely simple, no real articulation, but it does turn into a monster truck toy. This is where you remember monster truck toys are primarily for little kids. The market for monster truck toys is very small children, so they kept the toy very, very simple. So I understand that. Would have been cool to see some big monster truck that was like scaled to your deluxe car transformers, but what would you do with the tires, right? So, yeah, we're getting Furioso, who I believe is based on the El Toro Loco monster truck. Yeah, have not watched monster trucks in a hot minute. And then based on the Megalodon truck, we have Big Tooth. I mean, it's a weird way of getting another shark transformer. It's weird that it's not the first shark transformer on wheels that we have gotten recently. Funny that. But no, it's an interesting collab. It's a little kids collab, which is kind of different and odd. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe if there's enough demand, maybe we'll get some decent ones. I don't know. But that's just like a precursor. Right. We can move into the stuff they announced for the More Than Meets the Eye collection, because that is continuing. And all my windows are reloading, so this got really awkward. But we know all the new stuff that's coming in the next wave of the More Than Meets the Eye collection, which are Target exclusive. If you were after pre-orders for some of these, I'm sorry, most of them are already gone from what I could see. But maybe you'll get lucky at the store. I don't know. So we're getting a completely solid color Prowl, in the vein of a lot of these recent reissues of the Earthrise toy line. I'm all for this. No translucent plastic, especially the molds that had translucent plastic knees. Please get rid of those. Please, please, please. These will endure the test of time a lot better. This is the kind of stuff I really do not mind. I obviously, I kind of wish they'd done this in the first place, but for the sake of having a collection that will actually survive, I am more than willing to upgrade to this clear plasticless version of the character. I do like the bright blue on him too. I think it gives him like that extra color pop the Prowl needs. But it looks good. Like, the mold itself is fine. It's never been like tremendously impressive as a mold. It's a Prowl doing what a Prowl needs to do. But it does it well enough, and I do like the mold overall. So it's cool to see that is getting a full release. It just makes me realize, like, we need the others as well. So those have to come out at some point. It just looks like they're going through it bit by bit. Yeah, and there's packaging. Packaging actually looks better than most of the rest. Like, I think I like the cleaner art that these have a lot better. Here is going to be the controversial one. Starscream as a store exclusive. Now, everyone was fascinated and actually like kind of excited that Thundercracker got to be the first run of the new Seeker mold, because we love our Thundercracker in this house. You know, he is best boy. But this is the character. Like, this is your like number 3 Transformer character. And he's going to be a store exclusive, which is bizarre. I don't remember the last time like a straight up Starscream that anyone would want as a mainline release ended up being exclusive to a store. It's weird. It's really weird. I guess in a way it's fair. Thundercracker and Skywarp both did their term as an exclusive, so like, I guess this is just his turnabout. Also, you know they're going to find another way of releasing this. They're going to make a coronation set. They're going to do like something crazy weird with him. You'll get another chance of buying it even if you can't get it at Target. And this is going to be the hard one. This is like the way that Hot Rod was almost impossible to find at retail. It's probably going to be the Starscream. So congratulations to anyone who managed to snag a pre-order before those died. Target does occasionally re-up the pre-orders, so check back from time to time. You might get lucky. It does look really good. Like, aside, like the 2 little blocks in the back are weird. A little gray patches in the back. That's a little bit odd. But otherwise, yeah, like, we already know this is a really dead solid, like, mini masterpiece level Seeker mold. I have the Thundercracker, still looking for the Skywarp. I am really impressed by this. I really like this piece. So it is nice to see. It's nice to see, and he does wear it well. He does look, you know, very much cartoon popped off the screen kind of presence. I do like it. I do like it overall. I do believe this is the only Voyager announced for this wave. Of course, Prowl's the only deluxe announced for this wave. So maybe instead of like the 1-to-1 ratio we got on Hot Rod and Scourge, maybe they'll actually do the right thing and just solid case the Starscream. That might be the only shot we have of all getting one. We will see. And then they announced the 3-pack of the Insecticons, which I guess is standing in for our current multi-pack over at Target. And is essentially just the run of Dramatic Capture Insecticons in a US packaging. I'm of 2 minds of this. One, I don't know if I really need the Insecticons to be any more like screen accurate. I don't mind the ones I have, outside of I'm not a big on Kickback's big clear wings. But also, the weird thing to me is I always forget that Bombshell is all gray in the cartoon. He doesn't have any purple to him. It does make him look a little bit weird, you know? Like, I mean, and I've talked this out with friends. I kind of like him with the purple. I kind of like him matching the other Insecticons better. It's weird when he stands out, even if it is accurate. So I'm not entirely convinced I'm going to be grabbing this set just yet. I do like that they come with a stack of Energon cubes. It just seems like it's tradition at this point that you're just getting Energon cubes when you get Insecticons. Kind of funny that way. It's a solid enough wave. I pity anyone trying to get that Starscream, but the rest shouldn't be terrible to get a hold of. Now, the big drop. All of the really big ones. So this is Age of the Primes Wave 3, and this finally comes with the announcement of the swindle we have known about and seen several times, finally officially revealed by Hasbro. It is a decent looking take on Swindle. You can definitely see where they have tried to bulk out the toy in order to be a Voyager class figure. And I don't just mean the gigantic shoulder cannon. You can see it in the legs too. The legs are extra dense, which is going to come in handy when he has to be a leg himself. For the Voyager class price point, I am a little bit saddened to see things like just random kibble hanging off the back of the forearms. Like, I feel like there had to be some better way of, dealing with that. But I do like how they managed to actually get his, G1 cartoon box shape correct. Like, he actually looks like Swindle. Like how I would expect a Swindle. Complete with, like, the front end being his pelvis, with the windshield being his chest. Like, That's actually a pretty good job. Now, it does seem like the pelvis is a fake. The pelvis is a fake, but it still presents this really nice looking swindle. He is a lot bulkier than Swindle tends to be. Again, in order to be a leg and the same length as Brawl in leg mode, the boy had to stretch out a little bit. So you can see, like, he's a little bit fatter than he normally is. But we'll accept it. It's been, God, it's been over 40 years. The man's going to put on weight. We're not going to judge him for it. And then you see the big cannon that he gets. It is just a little extra trailer that he tows behind him. Got to get him up to Voyager class point somehow. The Vector Prime. Now, we kind of freaked out at first because we took a look at that original figure and thought to ourselves, like we thought, okay, no, it was the sword. It was the sword in the Sentinel Prime pizza plate. That thing. It looked like a different mold because it looked like some details were different, but apparently that might have just been creative liberties. That might have just been effect of the paint, whatever, because here is the next Vector Prime, and it's literally just, it's literally just his US Galaxy Force repaint, which is pretty much what everyone expected. The irony here is that, one, it's extremely rare anymore that they actually do homages to previous repaints, even when they have brand new molds. Take a look at our discussion on Studio Series, where we kind of wonder where all of those toy-exclusive decos are in a toy line where most toys only get one run anyway. But this is what we expected, but oddly enough, I think it's better painted than the original. I don't remember the original having the added paint around the solar panels along the side. Like, that feels different to me. But I will admit, it looks good. I don't need to replace my Vector Prime. I'm happy with him looking like the Cybertron version. I will say, if you are looking for a more ancient Vector Prime look, something that kind of fits in with the vibe of the 13 more, this is probably not a bad one to go with, and I'm sure that was their mindset when they decided to release it. I mean, it don't look bad. I will give it that. I like the original Vector Prime design and color scheme, but this don't look bad. This really do not look bad. Okay. We are going to get into the rest of the wave, because, okay, and I need a reminder of your name. I will admit, I'm terrible at the Power Master names. Joyride. Oh my god. Okay, so it's a Sure Shot retool. Now, I'm not terribly big on this mold, but I don't mind the color scheme on this one. I mean, it's a more classic Autobot, the reds, the blues. It invokes, like, it's one of those toys that just kind of invokes that era of those, like, brightly colored, more simplified figures. It reminds me of, like, Quick Switch. Kind of like vaguely reminds me of those color schemes. The Power Master is fascinating because we haven't gotten like a modern Power Master. Here's the fun part. That's the solution. That's the solution for the fact that they don't have ports for Power Masters anymore. So they have retooled the Target Master mold for Sure Shot, and they have just made him into the biggest, blockiest engine you have seen since the muscle car craze. It's absurd. It's silly, is what it is. This really did call for a new mold, honestly, at this point. Like, it's just a little bit too... It's a little bit too weird. It really is just a guy in a yoga position trying to balance what looks like multiple, like, 6-packs of beer on his legs. I don't like that solution. The toy itself looks fine. Like, I'm glad that they are filling those slots and getting out a lot of the obscure characters that they've been skipping for a long time. I don't know about the execution here. But again, it's good that they're filling it out. It's good that they're reaching a lot of those weirder characters. Now, here is one. This one's going to be divisive. I can already tell. So, it's Tailgate. And we knew Tailgate was eventually coming. You know, if you did a Wind Charger mold, you got to do Tailgate at some point. I know a lot of people are going to accept the fact that this is not going to be the IDW version. Now, we already had a Legends class toy of that version. I think it's a really good iteration and depiction of the character, and it's a fine toy in and of itself. This is designed to be cartoon accurate, which is kind of laughable considering that his appearance in the cartoon amounted to just getting kicked by Trypticon. He is seen in robot mode very, very briefly during 5 Faces of Darkness and never appears again. It's one reason why IDW got to run wild with him, is he has no like established characterization. What's going to bug people though is that head. It's just going to. Now, we're used to the white helmet on Tailgate, but I will tell you right now, as someone who had to go back and check, that is accurate to how he looked in the cartoon. That is his animation model. He just kind of looks like he's wearing like a blue judge's wig. We have to accept it. It is what it is. It's just off. It's weird, right? Because we're so used to Tailgate's reimagining and redesign, and all the toys previous to this have kind of followed in that footstep, at least in head design. This is the first time we've gone straight cartoon accurate with the character, and it's weird. It's weird to see. Vehicle mode is exactly what you would think it is. It's just him in white. Now, funny enough, there's no piece replicating the magnetic effect from Wind Charger. And while there is no real reason to include any kind of effect piece, you do realize that removing the effect piece means this toy is missing playability from its previous iteration. Like, they did, even if it's only by a little bit, cheapen the figure for this release. That's unfortunate. I don't like that. I think these should have been, whether it made sense or not, should have been included or not, it should have just been included. If it wasn't going to be included, you could at least take the effort to retool the little spot out of the front. So at least if you're going to remove an accessory, at least make it look cleaner as a result. I don't know, minor nitpicks, just the point. It's worth pointing out, though. These toys are so expensive at this point, it's worth pointing out the little things we lost. We got a new Point Blank on the way. And I say new, it's pretty much the same Point Blank. The only difference really that you're going to notice is the head, which is now animation accurate, rather than being, it's actually, let's make this correct. It's Takara animation accurate, rather than Season 4 Rebirth accurate, which is what the original toy was. The colors are a little bit adjusted, but for the most part, what you're getting here is just toy accurate / anime accurate head. In fact, the listing for this, and I believe the box art actually calls him Blanker instead of Point Blank, his Japanese name. Vehicle mode looks fine. They've added a little bit of the stickering tampograph from his original car. That's actually kind of neat. So you get a little bit of character, just a little bit extra flavor. The car mode actually, like, I will admit, I didn't double check the previous figure, but it feels like the car mode has like the most like visible difference as opposed to the robot mode, which I would be hard pressed to tell you what the change is. I'm not in the mood to buy this toy again. It's not a great figure, honestly. It's like middle of the road. And I don't really need to have like dead on accurate head on this guy. Fangry is coming out, and this seems to just be a rerun of the Fangry from the multi-pack, in a similar vein to how they just reran the Cliff Jumper from the previous Target 4-pack. I do like that they're giving people the chance to buy that who didn't want to buy 4 toys just for the sake of getting, the Prime Cliff Jumper they really liked, or that one Headmaster to complete that set. On the other hand, it is a little bit of a slap in the face of the people who did buy the 4-pack and paid that much money to make sure they could get Fangry. That's a little bit frustrating. From what I can tell, and again, I haven't taken a look at the original figure recently, but it really does just kind of look like the exact same toy, just run again. It's amazing how much mileage they got out of this Monster Bot mold. by the way, and the fact that we are still running it is kind of crazy. Almost kind of reassuring that we can still run, a Titan's Return mold with the Headmaster gimmick at our current budget. But no, if you had missed out on it the first time, it ain't a bad version of Fangry. I'm glad you're going to get a chance to get it. This one was fascinating. So, originally, leaks indicated that we were going to get a second run of the Armada Megatron, which would make sense if they're going to... Because we do have a listing for a tidal wave repaint. So that would have made sense. Except now, they decided we're just doing Mega Zarak instead. We're just straight up doing the OTFCC Mega Zarak, which is a wild choice. But hey, I approve. Like, it's a really cool thing to do. Like, there's only a few versions of that mold in existence. It's nice that the brand new version of said mold goes through all of them. It's a weird color scheme. It's always been a weird color scheme. Something about that red and bright blue. It goes back to Joyride's color scheme, but it doesn't really work on a Decepticon, much less one that was supposed to be a big threat. It's really, really cool that they are actually throwing it in, though. I really do like that they are going for these like BotCon and convention exclusive things, because most of us are never going to be able to afford those originals. And the more daring they are about that, the more likely we are to get the more interesting ones, like, say, I don't know, the Shattered Glass Goldbug. Not that I'm salty over that. Or Shattered Glass Starscream from the correct mold. We're going to move on. I'm going to get salty over the entire situation. We can talk about this guy now. Okay, so this is the last brand new toy of the batch. But we had these leaks and we had other photos of it, but now we actually get to see the Unicron Soldier, or now called the Herald of Unicron. This is loosely based off of the Marvel comic books version of the Unicron Cultists, but it's also trying to split the difference with the Cybertron version of Unicron. You can see that in the vehicle mode, which kind of has some of the same notes that toy had, especially with the extra spikes and the more rounded design to the tank. Now, the Megatronus mold is a really, really good mold. Okay? Not taking anything away from that. That said, this looks really stupid. Aside from the fact that they didn't embrace the actual Cybertron design enough, and he's still just like a really awkward, spiky cannon tank thing, with a far more underwhelming cannon barrel, which I don't even see on him right here. Like, we know from the other photos, like, he should have a better cannon barrel than this. Instead, that is not how they... Is that really what they're going with for making it official? I didn't look at this photo close enough before I looked at this. What are you talking about? Like, there's no cannon barrel there. It's just his robot mode arms on the back. That's lame. Oh my god, that's a really weak attempt. Man, like, I am not happy about that. That is not good. That is not good. I don't like that. I don't like how this looks. It'd be one thing if they gave you, like, weaponry to, like, fit cannons over the front of those, so it looks like a big twin-barrel cannon tank thing. That would be fine. It's literally just his wrist sockets pointed at you. That's disappointing. It's already a stupid and weird toy, right? Like, I don't know. It's just a really goofy piece. It comes across as, we haven't done a Unicron in so long, we need to do something to just, like, keep a trademark secured. That's what it feels like. I'm not big on this. I'm really not big on this. I feel like they could have done way better. I think the Liege Maximo mold was way more suited for something like this. That, I think you could have led way more into, like, the Cybertron aesthetic of that Unicron. Or, like, the Prime Unicron. Like, people were talking about that Liege Maximo becoming that Unicron. We thought that's what the Unicron Soldier was. This is weird. Also, this mold was supposed to be retooled into Autobot Megatron. What are you doing? How did you mess it up this badly? I don't know. It feels like a wasted space for me. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. We can take a look at the box photos really quick. There's Mega Zarak. We got Fangry. Autobot Blanker. Interesting switch of the name. There's Autobot Joyride. Along with Hotwire. His Power Master. Doesn't mention the word Power Master anywhere on him. It does show that he can also attach to his chest. So if you were one of the 2 people who liked the look of the Power of the Prime, or the Power of the Prime toys that use the big fist as body armor, hey, guess what? It's coming back. It's still so weird. The engine's so much smaller in his vehicle mode. What are you doing? What are you doing? Is it like a shell that can come off and attach to the vehicle mode flush and not look so weird? That wouldn't be a bad compromise. I would accept that compromise. Not showing it doing that though. Vector Prime officially recognized from the 13 in this line. The only real reason why they've gone with this is so that you can have all 13 of the Primes in matching package if you are a mint in box collector. I do appreciate it for that. But also, I will admit, I do like this color scheme. I don't mind seeing it again. There is Swindle. He's going to have the same problem as Brawl. Just look like he's floating in that box. Yep, there's Tailgate. Yeah, and then we're right back to the beginning. It's a lot of toys, but a lot of retools, a lot of repaint stuff. Like, it's a lot of new product, but at the same time, it really doesn't have a whole lot of, like, really fresh stuff, which is weird. Like, outside of the Monster Jam stuff, were there any brand new molds here at all? I don't think there were. We got retools, like, I guess Swindle. But Swindle, at this point, doesn't even feel like a new mold. We've seen him for months. Takara showed him off officially months ago. You know, to the point where we're just kind of wondering why Hasbro is dragging their feet on admitting that he existed. So it's weird. It's like the only new thing out of the entire announcement lineup we've already seen for a long time. I don't know. This is going to be a really weird Pulse. They're going to have a lot of really good behind-the-scenes stuff to make this Pulse worthwhile. This might not even be worth making a video for like I usually do. I guess we'll have to wait till Tuesday and find out for ourselves. So, until then, that's the video. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And as always, I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.